Welcome, everyone, to this episode of Unavoidable Adventures in Aging, where Sue and Shan, two Midwest, well past middle-aged sisters, discuss the good, the bad, and the ugly of aging. With a little humor, a little heart, and occasionally a little frustration, we'll explore the unavoidable adventures we experience as we move into our golden years. Yeah, golden years, my ass. Just a note to our listeners, this podcast reflects the opinions and experiences of Sue and Shan. The main purpose of this podcast is intended to entertain. Welcome to everyone tonight, today, whatever time, whenever you're listening to this.
Right.
Yeah, that's the nice thing about podcasts is there's not a set time you have to sit. You schedule, sit down, and listen. Any time is going to work. Yes. Today we're talking about NK3, or No Kings, Part 3. And we were both, again, so happy to be able to attend the rally here in Alliance. And so we're just doing a recap of that, thoughts, news, things that we've heard since. So, yeah, just a recap.
Rally recap is exactly what we're doing.
Let me start with my unfinished business. The SAVE Act. That's still up in the air. I read that DeSantis in Florida had actually passed one for his state on his own, pretty much the same. And then the next story said he was hit with a lawsuit hours after signing it.
Yes.
Yes.
Love it.
And that's what everybody's saying is it's so unconstitutional.
Right.
So we'll keep an eye on that. It's still in discussion in the Senate. They will pick up on that again when they return from their 2-week spring break. I guess that's what they're calling it.
Is that what it is?
Spring break.
Breaks and vacations, then...
Oh, yeah.
Than public schools.
I know, and that's people used to complain about that. Yeah. So anyway, I found this meme to go with it because they're saying it's because of voter fraud. And,
oh, God, I know.
Okay.
Okay.
Voter fraud is so rare that Donald Trump has been convicted of more felonies than the total number of confirmed cases of illegal voting in the United States federal elections in the last 20 years.
Holy crap. Oh, my God.
Yeah. So that's how, and we're so into this that we're hearing it all the time. We're looking for it. We're reading about it. Yeah. But there are still so many people out there who aren't keeping current with what's going on. Or, go ahead.
They're listening to the Fox News, which is telling them the exact opposite of what we know and what we read.
And it's all the Democrats' fault that these things aren't passing. And it's all the Democrat, all of that.
It was Biden's fault. It was Obama's fault.
I think I said that. I don't know if I said that last time or just in talking to you. I would like to challenge him and every one of the people who believe in him to go 1 week, 1 day, without saying Biden or Obama.
Yes, I agree.
Without blaming.
Or without blaming, including the Democrats.
Exactly.
Just for, I love it.
Yes.
I love it. For 1 day.
So
they can't do it.
I know, they can't. And it's one of those things, some people, when they get to a certain age, they still keep blaming everything on something that happened in their childhood. And it's, get over it. It's done.
Yeah.
Get it processed and get it out of here. Because it's not, it doesn't make any difference anymore.
But when we're talking personal and something like that, you hold it in like that or you relive it like that, it's going to get the best of you. It's going to get your health, mental, joy. We talk about joy.
Yes.
You're going to not have the joy. Got to get past it.
Nobody has time to keep doing all that.
Exactly. And then also in that respect, if they have somebody to blame, then what is the solution? They don't give us a solution.
No.
They just want to tell us whose fault it is.
That's right. That's right.
And it really is politics 101.
Step over it, get around it, get through it. Yes.
Exactly.
And then also, I don't know if this is unfinished business, but everybody's heard these. But Noam's gone, Bondi's gone.
Yeah.
We'll just keep hopefully working through the list. But like I read today somewhere, yeah, he's getting rid of them, but who's he replacing them with? More of the same, and maybe worse.
Right.
But at least that particular person is gone, and let's just keep that going.
And the one that has replaced Nome, it's amazing how quickly they're okayed. I didn't even know they'd gone through any hearings with this guy.
No. And I read about some of them, and he's just as crazy as she was.
Yeah. But he has had to back off a little bit because there is so much coming out with Bondi, or excuse me, with Nome and Lewandowski. And I'm not money missing, offshore accounts. There's just a lot that's there. I hope somebody can prosecute. I hope.
Oh, yeah.
It seems like everybody's so busy just trying to keep America afloat with the crap that comes out of the administration that they don't have time. But anyway, I think he's had to back off just a little.
Oh, good. Yeah.
We'll see how long.
So those were my just recaps, just pulling back in some of the political stuff we've been talking about. So I know you have, as I'm looking at your paper over there, you've got some statistics from the day. And I have a couple too. Go ahead.
So we're going to just start in and recap. So we know that the first No Kings, there were 2,100 events, which means there's 2,100 groups that, sites. There we go. Sites that have signed up. And 5 million people marched that day. And of course, we cannot forget, and we have to say thank you to 5051. 5051 was the first one that said, we got to do something here, folks. And so they wanted to have 50 marches, wasn't it, in 50 states on one single day.
Yes.
So really, that was, and they are still involved with the No Kings, very involved. But we do thank them for getting us going on this whole thing.
Yeah.
The second No Kings, which was last
March?
Nope. October.
Okay.
Yep. There were 2,700 events, sites. So it increased by 600. 7 million people.
Yeah.
7 million people.
Oh, yeah. And we were heads in the clouds for that one.
We were.
Yeah.
We were. So in number 3, and we'll get to everything, won't we? We won't forget a thing that I want to talk about,
I don't
will
think
we?
so.
Okay.
As long as you've got it written down.
Yeah, I don't know if I do. Okay, so then No Kings 3 had 3,300 sites across the United States. 39 international rallies.
That's the number I was looking for.
39. There was a rally on every continent of this world.
Yes.
Every continent. So right now they're saying over 8 million. And that number will go up because when we as a host, I'm a host, I have to fill out a form, and there's a lot of things you have to fill out, but it's your number count. And they ask you how you did it, because with us, we have a couple people, they go up and down the line, they count the people. And then I'll say, okay, you want to count again? And they'll count again, and then we take an average. When you get into some place like St. Paul,
I know,
Minnesota,
hundreds of thousands
of people, Minneapolis, Minnesota, right across the river, had tons of people. So that one there is a way to formulate a total by, you kind of look at an area. It's weird. We've had to do this before for the Heritage Days here in town to estimate, because you got to estimate how many people. So you kind of get an idea, and I can't remember what the square footage is, and you count those people up, and then you multiply. But anyway, so those numbers are still kind of coming in.
Okay.
So we may see something even bigger. Here's one thing I'm really proud of. In the state of Nebraska, the first time that we did No Kings, there were 13 cities that had a No Kings rally.
In Nebraska.
Okay. The next time, there were 16 cities in Nebraska. That was in October. And this time, on No Kings 3, there were 21 cities in Nebraska.
And we're a red state.
We are a very red state.
Yes.
Very red.
Hopefully that will be changing. Yeah.
Let's hope. So that one, I'm just so proud of on that one. Every time it's grown, there's more. We'll talk a little bit later about what comes next.
Right.
because that's the wonderful thing of Indivisible and 5051 and all these organizations, because they're like, okay, y'all came out, you stood up, we love you. Now here's our next challenge for you. So we'll talk about that a little bit later in the show. I'll have to make sure, because I kept a screenshot of it. In Deception Island, Antarctica, there were 4 people that did a protest. And they had written in the snow, "No kings." I know.
That
right?
Isn't
that wild?
That kind of touches your heart, doesn't it? Yeah.
There were protests in Rome, Paris, Madrid, Amsterdam, Sydney, Tokyo. It was everywhere. It was just everywhere.
And then just a couple more of the statistics or whatever that I have is that we see those pictures, and like you said, it's Los Angeles, it's Minneapolis, it's New York, these huge cities. But 2/3 of the locations were in suburbs and small towns.
I love it.
2/3. 1 of every 50 people who live in America participated in one.
Oh my God.
1 in 50.
That just gives me chills.
It doesn't it, though?
It gives me chills. And even talking about 2/3 were in smaller communities.
Yes.
We are America. We are the bread and butter.
We are.
We, the farmer, we, the rancher, we are the bread and butter of it.
We are. Yeah, we were talking with somebody the other day, that Nebraska's, mostly out here where we live in the Panhandle. We just went through a week or 2 of horrific fires.
Yes.
And it burned well over 800,000 acres. They still don't know how much livestock was lost. Fences, utility poles, buildings, 1 life.
Right. That
Fortunately,
we know of.
that we know of. But the way that Nebraska has come together to support the farmers and the ranchers, and that's America. That's what it's all about.
What it's all about.
And people in big cities, I think this is a good way for the people in the bigger cities to get that feeling of this is America.
This is America.
It's not just the billionaires and the highfalutin people in the big cities.
Right.
It's the heart. We are here for each other and to support each other. And so those are the good feelings you get from this.
Absolutely. And when you talk about that too, Tim and his friend Chaz headed out because they wanted to go look at the fire damage. Of course, about that same time is when there were 2 other fires that broke out a little bit further east of where these guys were. But they ended up in Oshkosh, Nebraska, where there's 1 restaurant, and they were in there, and some firefighters came in. And I believe Tim said it had Wyoming plates, if I remember correctly, because that's also what happens. They come from everywhere, in every different place you can imagine. And the guy that was checking out right ahead of Chaz and Tim when they were leaving, he said, "I'll buy their dinner."
Oh, all the firefighters.
All the firefighters. We don't care if they're Republicans or Democrats or independents. We don't care their color. They're helping us, so let's help them.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And there were stories like that.
Everywhere.
People bringing in, I saw one, this guy had brought in like a truckload of pizzas or something.
Right. Absolutely they do.
And hey, because so much of it is burned, so they're coming in by the semi-load.
Yeah.
Just these round bales, just tons
and
tons.
Let's do a little shout out to the high schoolers. The FFA here and in Mitchell, and I'm sure that more grabbed on, they went out and put fence posts back up and the barbed wire.
Nice.
That became their mission, was to help get that up. When you have so much land and people don't understand.
No, they don't.
A lot of land out here, and those fences are down because they burn them. It just burnt right at the bottom, and they all fell over. So anyway, these high schoolers have gone out and started to replace fence posts and then string the barbed wire. That's the fence part of all of it. Shout out to them.
I know even over the years as we're driving from one place to another, and I look out over those fields, and I think, who put up all this fencing? How long did it take them?
About 250 years.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
That's all.
I want to tell the one story, too, about our hairdresser. She had a client, and they lived out where one of the fires was happening. And they had been warned that evacuation was coming, get ready, blah, blah. So while the family was packing up and getting ready, the dad went out to start cutting down those fences so the cattle could get out and open gates. And when he came back, they were engulfed. They were surrounded by flames.
Oh, my gosh.
He got his family in the car. And for those of you who know what the fields look like out here, there's usually a water tank somewhere, great big water tank, and there's a windmill or something. It pumps water in there all the time. The cattle gather there, and as they're drinking and walking around, they stomp down whatever grass and whatever was growing. So there was a huge area that had nothing except mud and dirt. He was able to pull his car in right next to the water tank, and the fire went all the way around them. And then that's what kept them safe.
Wow.
And within an hour or so, he was able to drive his family to safety. But yeah.
And it happens so fast. That's
yes,
another out
that's
here.
What
those winds blow. It's so fast.
Yes.
It moves so fast.
Then that was definitely another factor, was the wind.
Can I say this snide remark?
Uh-huh.
Donald Trump.
Oh.
A windmill sits close to a big water trough. It pumps the water. It runs on wind. It pumps the water into the water trough. That is where your livestock goes to get a drink. That is a windmill. A wind turbine is completely different.
It produces electricity.
And they're huge.
Power.
They run on wind, but they are not windmills.
No, we're not talking Holland here.
Donald. Donald. Figure out what's happening with your people. Okay. Sorry. There we go. Okay. Do you have a favorite sign?
I had a couple. And one of them was flip us off if you support pedophiles.
I know.
And that we did have somebody who had that sign.
One.
But she was towards the back. And we had a couple flippers.
We did.
We had a couple of yellers. And I love it around here, guys. And it's not always the young people. They drive their trucks, and when they're trying to show their power, whatever, they rev those trucks up and they roar down the street. And this one guy drove by a couple times, or two different guys, yelling something. He doesn't realize we're all 60-plus years old. The wind's blowing just a bit. We have no idea what you said. So, ouch, but I have no idea what you said. So that was a good one. Then I saw another one. Not voting is the number one cause of unwanted presidencies. Oh.
Okay.
I
like that one too.
Yeah. So what were yours?
Let's see. Of course, the one that I had, and I got to admit, this one helped me a lot, because when I left on Saturday, although we had fun after the rally, because we went to a big garage sale that's happening, and then we all went for barbecue.
Yeah.
So it was great.
It was a fun day.
Thank you, Golden Hour, because we enjoyed it. But I was feeling down. I felt like
you wanted it to be more.
I wanted it to be more. I wanted more people. I thought we did have a few less people. I think many of us think, by gosh, we've done this. This thing should change because of it. So when I saw this sign, it really helped me to put it in perspective. And the sign was, we are not here because there is hope. There is hope because we are here.
Yes. That's
so true. That one helped me tremendously. It just helped me so much.
Because, we're expecting that change is going to come overnight.
Right.
And it
is not.
But damn, are we making a difference with these marches?
We are. We are making a difference. And let's see, did I have another one?
I had one that was similar to that, and I just paraphrased it because I don't remember for sure. We're not marching to change him, but to encourage and support those who oppose what he is doing.
Absolutely. And I think that part, first of all, it's grown every time.
Right.
So more and more people are going, oh, okay, if she can march, I can march. I'll be safe in that. I can do it. I can get out there and do it. So I think that's a big plus in feather in our cap that others are going, oh, I can do it too. And even if they aren't, and I don't know if you noticed on ours, there was a woman that came. She couldn't stay to march. She has been there before, but she came down because she was on her way somewhere, but she stopped and she said, thanks so much for doing this. I'll be here next time.
Uh-huh.
It's like, okay, that's
and that's
great.
what a lot of people say when they're leaving. See you next time.
See you next time. Absolutely.
It'll be a nice party when we won't have any more. Then I think we need to just to get together for fun.
We do. Absolutely. Or we could put up fun and crazy signs.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, thank you, Obama. I don't blame you.
Yeah.
Something like that. Oh, it seems like I had other signs, but of course I write all this stuff down.
Yeah.
And it's like I had made a sign. Oh, this is one thing I do notice is the signs now with the first rally that we did. We went with the fact of we support because that's when they were cutting out everything.
Every day. It was three
Every
more
day.
things,
Doge was getting rid of another part of government. And so that first one, we did a lot. I support Job Corps. I support agriculture, whatever that was.
Right.
We did a lot of those signs. And then the second one maybe was a little bit more personal. I saw people with signs that you could tell were more about themselves or what they had, what was affecting them. And now I think NK3 really brought that into focus. People had signs. First of all, so many more people had made their signs at home.
Oh, yeah.
And brought them. We always have enough. Don't ever worry about coming to Alliance, Nebraska. We have enough signs for everybody. However, there were a lot more people that brought their signs with them.
They wanted to make it themselves because it was such a personal thing that they were talking about. And I'd read some person who's opposed to the No Kings thing. What I noticed was that the signs were more vulgar. It was things like using the F word, fuck this, fuck that. And I saw a lot of them with, here's some extra balls for Congress for those who don't have them. And then the thing about flip me off if you support a pedophile. So it was stronger language, but you got to get...
And it's the anger. That's our anger. I use the F word far
so
more than
much
I
more.
ever did.
I know.
And I have to try to stop myself from doing it, but it fits
I know.
It fits what's happening. I think others feel the same way.
Best express my anger and frustration. What was that other one? This sign isn't big enough to...
Yes. Yeah, this sign isn't big enough to list all the things that have made
that make me mad,
angry.
Something like that.
Because we had another one, this sign isn't big enough to show the rage that I am feeling. That kind of thing. We saw that. We had a few more. Patricia, bless your heart. Hope you listen to us. Hers was huge. And she is retired economics teacher, and she knows her stuff. And she knows the Constitution. And she's one that knows that striking out against Iran leads to this, which leads to that. And so she was showing all the countries that were being affected because Trump had gone into Iran. It's about everybody.
And we're feeling the effects of that. My fear is that we haven't seen even the beginning of it.
No, we haven't.
From retaliation from other places. Another one I liked is we found the handbook for Antifa. It's called the Constitution.
Yes.
That
yes.
There was another one I was just thinking of, and I can't. Yeah, just so many. You can go online, and the people list just here are the best signs I saw all week.
Oh, yeah.
And just so many. So you know that people are angry, they're upset, they're scared, frustrated. You name the word, and that's what people are.
That's what people are feeling.
Because another thing that I was thinking was talking about is why do people participate in this?
Oh.
We heard from somebody that, this sounds like the worst gods. Well, I heard from somebody who said so and so and so. But one guy wasn't going to come down because we've done our part. It's somebody else's turn to come. It's the Republicans have to start stepping up and taking care of these things. And so, no, you can't give up on it. And there was one lady, and she was an older white woman, and this reporter, somebody was asking her, why don't we see more people of color at these protests? And she said, this is a very unsafe place for people of color.
Absolutely.
She said, if you get African Americans down here, we know that those are the first people who are going to get hassled, arrested, whatever. She said, we are here because they can't be. I think that's a big part of what these protests are. And even people who they had to work that day, or their job doesn't allow them to come.
Got a few of those that have gotten in trouble. Is that what I want to say? Which just pisses me off.
I know.
In fact, I was talking with a person, we were talking about that exact thing. She knew of a couple of teachers who had been called in and said, you are the model, blah, 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 and you really shouldn't be doing that. And I said to her, I can get that. She looked at me and she said, oh, hell no, you would have been down there anyway.
And then called administration to tell them that you had been down there.
In hopes that they'd call me in. Oh, God, call me in. I want to talk to you about that.
So being able to be there for people who can't.
Exactly.
Because when you think of numbers then associated with that, how many more people would be there if they felt safe and more secure with being there?
Yeah.
So I thought, I just loved it. And she was a little gray-haired old lady.
And that was one thing maybe that I enjoyed, different things that I was reading. You and I have talked about, do people wonder why in the world our podcast, when we talk about unavoidable adventures in aging, hey, this is an adventure.
Yeah.
Why are we talking politics? You can never quit.
Right.
I don't care what age you are. You can never quit in making sure that things are right.
And it becomes more important for some reason.
It does.
Another part of that is we've got more time.
We do.
To really invest ourselves in them. Younger people, they're raising families. They're worried about what they're going to, the gas prices, the grocery prices, whatever. And that's a different worry. That's all part of this, but we've got the time.
We do. And many of those folks, a lot of them, they're working 2 jobs.
Oh,
both adults in the family, if there are 2 adults. If not, it's a single parent. They're working more than one job. So you know what, folks? We're here for you. We are here for you.
That's right.
And so I saw a few little snippets. So this one was from John Mena, who is 62. Trump made me an activist, right? If I can say one, no, I'm not even going to say that good thing about Trump. No, I'm not going to say that. We have become more aware. And we have become activists.
Definitely so.
Again, some of us were anyway, but we're doing it again.
Yeah.
Robin Friedman, 72, you were talking about the little old lady. She traveled from Virginia Beach to visit her sons and join the march in their town. And this was her 3rd No Kings that she's attended. She said, quote, "It can feel like it doesn't do anything, especially in a ruby red district like her own," which was Virginia, I believe. Quote, "But we did just vote in Abigail Spanberger, Democratic governor, in January of 2026.
Yes.
That's a big part of what's happening.
Those are the differences that are being made. And that, what used to be, oh, you get an endorsement from Trump and you're in. Now you get an endorsement from Trump and nobody,
you're going nowhere.
You're
going nowhere.
Yes. And that's come up in a couple of these elections.
And we're all saying, what, wake up and smell the roses?
Uh-huh.
And then also another one, Donald Trump Jr.
Yes.
was speaking at Business Summit in Dubai.
Okay.
And of course, he mocked No King's protest. Quote, "If my father was king, he probably wouldn't have allowed these protests to happen." And then this part, I love this part. He went on to say, "You saw the people who were actually protesting. It's the same crazy liberals from the 60s and 70s. They're just a lot older and a lot fatter."
Okay. Thank you, Donald Jr.
Thank you, Donald Jr. And look at your father, please. He is a lot older and he is a lot fatter.
But he's not as aware as we are.
We are. And bottom line, it doesn't matter how old you are, and it doesn't matter if you're fat or not. You're there, and that's what That's what matters.
Because it really, and at ours too, it really is a certain age demographic that seems to show up every time. We have our outliers. We have some that are not too much older than we are, but younger.
Maybe 1 or 2 years older than us.
We get some that are younger
oldest.
from time to time. So it's a lot of the same people, but you know that's important because they do keep coming back. It's if you go to a really good restaurant and you really love it, you keep going back, going back.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if you order the same thing every time. Yeah. It's still important to you, and you want to support that restaurant, and you want to eat good food. And 'cause some of the other reasons, too, for participating, and I was talking to somebody about this on Saturday, you find your people because, again, living in such a red state, you know, in the beginning, like during the election time, we were almost afraid to say anything
out loud.
If you put yards in your sign, put signs in your yard. It wasn't unusual that somebody would come and rip them up.
Yep, we got one.
Yeah. So you start thinking, am I the only one who's thinking this way?
Absolutely.
When you get together with those people and everybody is talking about the same things, you find out that, no, you are not alone. There are lots of people who feel the same way you do.
Absolutely. I remember when Joe Biden won the election, and he won it.
Yes, he did.
It was not stolen. When he won that, a friend called and said, come over, we're going to celebrate. And so there were 4 of us? Yeah, 4 of us. And so she was thinking that was it.
Yeah.
And we said, oh, no, there's so-and-so and so-and-so. Oh, really? They're Democrat? Yeah, they are, blah, blah, blah. So after we were done, she was happy knowing that there weren't just 4 in the city. We're happy that it was Biden. I had another one written here. GOP White House spokesperson Abigail Jackson characterized them as the product of, quote, leftist funding networks. With little real support, public support.
Oh, yeah.
The only people who care about these Trump derangement therapy sessions. Okay, there's another sign we're going to make.
Okay.
I'm at my Trump derangement therapy session. Are the reporters who are paid to cover them.
Oh,
There's enough. Go for it, folks.
Yeah.
Go for it.
They stress that so much. And I have to say, Shan made a shirt for me that I love. And it was Unpaid Peaceful Protester. And that was the shirt that I wore.
And Tim wore his from Raygun. If you want a good shirt, get onto raygun.com. They're out of Lincoln, Nebraska. And his had enough.
That was it.
That was
One
it.
word.
That's all that's on it.
Small letters, enough.
Oh, and then mine, my sister-in-law sent this to me from Minneapolis. And it says in quotes, "Are you okay?" And then the next one down says, in quotes, "I don't blame you." And then below that it says, "Not radical." And so that was the last statement that Alex Preddy said, and the last statement that Renee Good said. Those were not radical statements. No. Those were 2 people who were loving and concerned and caring. And Renee, she's talking to an ICE person. She's saying, "I don't blame you." There's nothing more heartfelt. So when we went for lunch, and the young lady that was at the check stand, okay, this one did me so much good. She looked at the 3 of us, and it would be interesting if we could see her side of looking at us, like 3, I don't know, old fat people.
Yeah, old fat people.
Old fat people. But she looked at our shirts and she said to us, "I love your shirts."
Yes.
That really did me a lot of good. That did me a lot of good.
I think there are so many of those young folks who, yes, they would be very much into it. But like her, she had to work.
She had to work.
She's a high schooler. She had to be at work. So, yeah, there are so many more people, all different age groups, all different racial groups, whatever, who would love to be a part of it. But either they feel unsafe or for whatever reason they can't be there.
So I wanted to say, too, that I got an email from Gloria Steinman telling me how important it was.
That.
I know. To be in the rally.
Golly.
I know.
Good
I'm
for
sure
you.
she sent it to me personally.
I'm sure. She said, "I was wondering where Shan's email address was. Thank God somebody put it out there."
Found it. Yes, exactly.
Thank you, Gloria. Yeah, good for you. I
And
hope
then
you save that forever.
Also on Rachel Maddow, which
Yes.
came on Monday night, and I didn't listen to it until yesterday or today. I don't remember which one it was. But when she does all of her clips of the rallies, just love that. And they're split screens, but up in the upper left was Hastings, Nebraska. So let's hear it for
Yes.
Hastings,
Yay,
Nebraska.
Hastings.
Making it
Yay.
on to Rachel Maddow. I
Yeah.
just love that. They had, because this is how detailed and task-oriented Indivisible No Kings is, we had a recap. First of all, I went to 3 pre-No Kings. I am the host for Alliance, and they do a safety one that you have to attend.
Yeah.
We had 2 safety ones that we needed to do. I suppose I could have skipped it, but I'm not going to. Just telling us, what to do in case of this, what to do in case of that. They send out a phone number for an emergency if something bad happens at your rally. And so I copied that phone number down. I gave it to everybody in our core group and just said, okay, if we have to disperse because of something bad, we need to call that in, blah, blah, blah. So that's how organized they are. And so then Tuesday night, they had a recap, and it was No Kings, What's Next is the title of it.
Yeah.
And I didn't get to attend on Tuesday night because we had something else going on. And so I watched that today, and that's another thing they're so good at. Anybody can attend those that want to, and we're going to put that into our message for this one in case somebody wants to get on there. And you can watch it, and then they have a lot of other sites that you can go to get information. This has been so huge because they also do training now for helping your neighbors. If I should come, what do you do? Knowing your rights. The education that they're putting out there that I never knew I was going to need is huge. So then the one that came out on Tuesday night, and they also have different speakers on there, which each and every time they just touch my heart. One woman just became a U.S. citizen about 1.5 years ago, had been in the United States for 30 years, and has just become a citizen. Now, first of all, people have to realize those that are undocumented, most of them want to be documented.
Yes, they do.
But the red tape to get through all of it it's a catch-22. You may do everything they tell you to do, and then you go thinking you're done, and they tell you something else you have to do.
One more thing. And they've closed all those offices that used to help people get through that whole process.
Exactly. She talked about she'd gotten the vote.
Oh.
Wow. I'll tell you, we may take it for granted sometimes. Right now, I think you and I both know how important it is to vote. But for a lot of years, you'd say, oh, yeah, I'll go down and I'll vote. Oh, yeah, I'll go down and vote. You knew you had to do it, but you didn't think much of it. Oh, my gosh, she went on and on about how good she felt because she got to vote.
Yeah.
Oh. So anyway, a couple things that were said that I really agree with, and that is that we are tired of being torn apart by those who have never lived the struggles that we have lived.
Yes.
Those folks that are telling us that everything's okay and this is how it should be, and those that are taking in the bucks have never known hunger. They have never known leaving your child when you know they're a little bit too young, but you got to go to work because you got to have that money. They have never known the struggle of knowing you don't have enough food and you skip a meal because you want your kids to eat. They have never known that struggle.
No idea.
None. And they really are right now the people that are dividing us, trying to divide us.
Yes, yeah.
So we must remember that coming together. An interesting thing, too, that was said was we're coming together over separate issues, but it's still that important that we're together. And I don't know if I can explain this very well. Looking just at our little community, I know of a few people that are not getting their Medicaid funds, but yet they've come together with the rest of us.
Yes.
So we know their struggles. We know how to help. We have a couple people that do almost, I think, every day. Community table for those that are going hungry. This is a free service. And they've told me more and more, it's older people like you and I who cannot make that Social Security check stretch. So we're coming together over our struggles, which makes us stronger.
And even though our struggles might be specific to our needs, we are still in tune with the needs of others. And that's a huge difference, I think, between you don't have any kids. What do you care about childcare? Because it affects my community. It affects my friends, my family, my community.
Absolutely.
And that's something that they just don't get.
No, they don't.
Unless it affects you, you shouldn't have to worry about it.
And so they've lost sight, too, of the fact that when someone doesn't have childcare and they can't go to work,
right,
most likely that restaurant is going to be short-staffed and it's going to take longer to get your food. And they talked to in this about, and I don't know if I wrote it down, I loved what she said about this next one that we're going to be doing. I'll mention it, but it's more about making us common people, us workers, more important than the billionaires making the money. But they can't treat us like shit.
Yeah.
There goes that word again.
That's fine.
Okay. So anyway, May 1st is what the next big one is. And May 1st is one of two big Labor Days. Obviously, Labor Day is part of the unions. Right. May 1st was as well. So they're going to be saying no work, no school, no shopping. So I've really taken this one to heart, and we'll put this on as well. MaydayStrong.org is where you can go and sign up. And I think for you and I, because when I was listening to this hour-long program, it talked about somebody not going to work, but here we're retired. So I want you and I to sign up and look at and stuff. Of course, right away, no shopping. Yeah, so it's MaydayStrong.org. And again, we'll put that up there. So that is the next thing, because they know consumerism is what will hit the billionaires.
Yes. It's what drives our country.
Exactly. So if they're not making money, then that's that one. Of course, I see a few notes, which was interesting, is that in Massachusetts, there were 160 sites. Massachusetts, half the size of us.
Are they really?
Yeah, area-wise.
Area-wise.
Not population. Yeah, I was like, in New York City, their walk was 2 miles long.
Oh. And I told you Leslie had sent me pictures of, she's in Washington, D.C., and the pictures, and they're going through where the Washington Memorial is, in the reflecting pool or whatever.
Yes.
They're walking by there, and I always think of like Martin Luther King and Forrest Gump. And then they go across, I think it's called the Memorial Bridge. It goes over the Potomac, and they end up at the Lincoln Memorial. And I thought, wow. And then during all of that, she has it's all going on at the same time. The cherry blossoms are out.
Oh, wow.
There was a kite flying festival. So that just a total day of really beauty and celebration. And I thought, that would be great.
All ties together.
Yeah,
all ties
it does.
Together. Oh.
Yeah, the different places. Now, we saw a lot of semi-trucks, but that's fine.
We're standing on a highway.
That's right.
I don't know where this note came from that I wrote, but I said this May Day Strong. I know this is asking a lot from you. However, Trump and his administration is taking a lot from us.
Definitely.
We're asking people, don't shop, don't go to work, don't go to school.
Yeah.
Takeaway?
Don't give up.
I love it.
Just don't give up, because we're this instant gratification.
Yes. Oh, God,
I don't care
true.
what generation you're from. Yeah. I've done it 3 times. Isn't that enough? No, it's not.
Yeah.
You have to keep doing it until it's no longer needed.
Do you think, I never can say exactly what I'm trying to tell you that's in my head. I think, too, that for a lot of us, I'm privileged. I know I am.
Oh, yes.
I'm white. I have money. I'm educated. So I think that because I do something once, everybody's going to stand up and listen.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think of like civil rights movement and how many marches those people and what
And
they
how many
went through.
died.
Yes. And
Yeah.
so I've got to realize, Shan,
It
get
took a long
uncomfortable.
time.
You're going to get uncomfortable
Yeah.
and just do it.
And then how they can start taking those rights away after people fought so hard for them. And some people just, oh, yeah, what's a big deal? It's a big deal,
It's a big
people.
deal.
It's a very big deal. What's yours?
It is. Oh, I read this. Signs are great, but the most powerful thing you can bring to a No Kings protest is a friend.
Ah, yes.
Ooh.
And just following up with your daughter, Erin, find what you call it, a protest pal. Yes.
She's looking for her protest pal.
Yes, yeah. Because when we talk about unsafe conditions, probably not a good idea to go all alone in some of those areas.
Yeah, bigger cities.
Now,
yeah.
here, doesn't matter. But,
I need to give a shout out too to the Women's March, because the Women's March,
oh,
of
yeah.
course, did that on after Trump won
Yeah.
in whatever year that was. It seems like forever. But anyway, when he won and he was going into office, and it was when the inauguration, and the Women's March did a march, and all of our kids went to a march
That's
somewhere.
right. That's right. I remember Kelly sitting on that hill with Emma, and Emma was only, 2 or 3 years
Oh,
old?
she wasn't very old.
And
Yeah.
they were holding a sign. I don't remember what the sign said, but I thought, how appropriate. Mothers, take your daughters. These are your rights they're taking away.
Oh, absolutely. There was a picture, too, that I loved. A little kid, and he was little, up on top of his dad's shoulders, and he's holding his sign, and it's just scribbles with a crayon.
I think I saw
And
that.
I think that says so much.
Yeah, of course, yeah. And those people who think that all these signs are paid for and delivered, and so they're on like torn pieces of cardboard or whatever.
With a pencil that they've darkened in.
That's
No.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are. We are not paid. I'm still waiting for my Doge payment and my tariffs payment from Trump, and then all 3 payments now from the marches. So
Exactly.
once those things all hit together, then I truly will retire, I think.
There you
But,
go.
Yeah.
There you go. But we are not paid. We believe
We
me.
are not paid.
And so, anytime you want to get a hold of us, our email is unavoidableaging@gmail.com. We also have a website, which is unavoidable.life. We upload to Podbean, but you can find us on any of your podcast apps. Please remember to like, subscribe, follow, share, and help a friend get signed up to our podcast.
Yes, find your protest pal. Enjoy your life. Laugh at yourself. Embrace the power of your aging. And always remember,
You're not knucking futz. You're just aging.
Very good. Okay, what's for dinner tonight?
We're having
Okay,
chicken sandwiches that are on the grill
On the
and
grill.
pasta salad.
It's very summertime because
is.
you and Tim make this during the summer. So
Yeah. What
Yeah.
we don't have is rain.
Yes.
We had rain today.
a couple dribbles.
You send out a text.
We did.
It rained.
It rained. It's raining.
Woohoo.
And then 2 minutes later, damn, there's the sun. So,
Oh, thanks everybody.
thank
and
you.
Goodbye.
Thank you.